Indiana football pulled off one of the wildest turnarounds in recent memory last season. After slogging through a 9-27 stretch from 21 through 23, Curt Cignetti arrived in Bloomington. He immediately flipped the program. Hoosiers went 11-2 last year in 2024. That included a trip to the college football playoff. Now, entering year two, Cignetti faces the challenge of proving last year wasn't just a one-hit wonder. With only 8 starters back this year, Indiana's once again going to have to lean heavily on the transfer portal to reload. But if history is any kind of guide, Cignetti knows exactly what to do with that formula. The offense, they are retooled. They are certainly not bare. Cal transfer quarterback Fernando Mendoza steps in after throwing for over 4,700 yards and 30 touchdowns in his career. He's efficient. He's comfortable against zone coverage. He's athletic enough to scramble when defenses go man. There's a reason why Georgia was going after this guy as well, right? Running backs Roman Hemby from Maryland and Lee Beebe Jr. from UAB. They're going to join the returning running back, Kalen Black. It's a versatile backfield at IU. The receiver, Elijah Surratt, he's back as he's the reliable go-to option, right? App State transfer Mikail Jackson, along with several other transfer portal additions, they're going to round out the passing attack. The offensive coordinator, Mike Shanahan, returns. There's plenty of potential for another top 20 unit if the offensive line, which is boosted by Notre Dame transfer Pat Coogan, if they gel quickly, right? Defensively, Indiana's got the pieces to remain among the Big Ten's stingiest groups, which they certainly were last year. Edge rusher Mikail Kamara and the linebacker Aiden Fisher, they provide stability in the front seven. The corner D'Angelo Pons is going to lead the secondary, and they return multiple playmakers back there. Hoosiers also hit the portal hard. They landed linemen like Hosea Wheeler from Western Kentucky. They're going to keep that pass rush pretty strong. The group doesn't just stop the run. They thrive on creating chaos, limiting big plays. They're going to force opponents to grind out every yard. If the defensive front develops the way that Cignetti hopes, the defense coordinator Bryant Haynes, he could have another top 15 unit on his hands. Keys to 2025, it's pretty simple, right? Mendoza has got to settle in quick. The rebuilt offensive line has to hold its own against Big Ten defenses, and the defense has got to remain disruptive despite some roster turnover. Right, the obstacles here, a brutal road schedule. You know, you got trips to Iowa, Oregon, and Penn State. You got a pivotal home showdown with Illinois, and that's early in the season, week 4. Realistically, another CFP run seems unlikely, but you know, back-to-back top 25 finishes, a solid bowl game, those are all well within reach here. For a program that not long ago looked lifeless, this is pretty good progress. The odds right now, win total sits at 8.5. The odds are plus 112 to go to the over. That is an implied probability of 47%. So it's very close to flip a coin on whether it's going to be 8 or 9. And I think the Illinois game is probably going to be that'll be the key game there. Odds to win the Big Ten are plus 4,300, so that's a little more than 2%. I don't think they're going to get there this year. And the odds to make the CFP this season are plus 590. So 14% to make the CFP. Win one game you're not supposed to. Then you should be good. So maybe if they win that game at Iowa or at Oregon, I don't know if they can get Penn State done, but regardless, if they can win 2 of their tougher conference games, or at least avoid getting swept on the West Coast and Penn State trips, they're in position for another 9-win season and at least a bowl appearance, right? That's going to keep the momentum that they built up from last season. That's exactly what I'm expecting here. I've got them 9-3. The only losses I've got are at Iowa, at Oregon, and then at Penn State. I think they win the Illinois game. Looks like a 9-3 football team to me. Thanks for listening to Winning Cures Everything. Make sure and follow me on Twitter at GaryWCE. If you want to toss in a question, you can email me, Gary@winningcureseverything.com. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.